Hey, and welcome back to a brand new podcast with myself and
Fionn.
yeah, we are. Yeah. So before we talk about the topic, right? We'll talk about my weekend. So I went to Alton Towers, and I was just saying that Beck's never been on rides before ever, right? So she has. Sorry, that's a lie.
She enjoyed
has been on
it.
rides. Yeah, loved
She
it.
did.
Yeah, loved it. And we were talking about the roller coaster restaurant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were just talking about that before. Yeah.
The food that comes down from the top, basically, it spins round, and then what you do on your iPad is you basically put in what you want, and then matey pushes it out.
What, from the restaurant upstairs?
Yeah, the restaurant upstairs, and it comes down on different things.
To every table.
Yeah. Let's get straight into the topic then. So basically, do you currently feel like crap? That's the topic we're going to go with, right? Because we get a lot of people at the moment who, you know, are low in energy, and they're tired. They don't know what's going on with the economy, everything like that, and it's weighing a lot of people down. So what can we do to make sure that people feel better than they currently do, right? Have you been seeing that a lot?
Yeah, definitely, especially with obviously what's going on at the moment, with obviously all the news coming out and COVID regulations sparking up and stuff like that. But I think people need to take care of themselves more than they... It sounds weird, but you need to be a bit more selfish in this time at the moment, because everyone's mental health and actual health at the moment is in jeopardy anyway.
Yeah.
Never mind thinking about other people at the moment. So you need to kind of hone in on what you're doing before you can help other people. I think that's a big message that a lot of people don't really understand. It's, you can't really imagine trying to teach someone a bit of knowledge without even knowing it before yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to help people before you're helping yourself. So I think people need to hone in and kind of just focus on themselves for a bit at the moment.
Yeah.
Because people are very down in the dumps.
Would you say you got to protect yourself before you wreck yourself?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the new quote.
Protect yourself
before you wreck yourself. It's true though, isn't it?
I don't think people are going to wreck themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
potentially down the line, to be fair, yeah, maybe.
But if you're giving out all the time and you're helping,
yeah,
but you're not looking after yourself, that's the kind of person that's going to break down. Because say you're a busy mum, right? I get it all the time with mums, right?
Mums, yeah.
Yeah, they're always husbands, right? Probably don't even make their own lunch boxes. You know, most blokes don't even make their own lunch boxes. And we're on a modern generation now.
They didn't even make lunch boxes to go to co-op and get a bloody meal deal.
Yeah. My dad has only just started making his lunch box. He's 61.
What, did your mum used to make?
Mum used to make lunch box, my lunch box, Brian's lunch box, and Dad's lunch box for years. Up until probably, I reckon she probably made Dad's lunch box for probably like 40 years. Yeah. I mean, he cooks like 2 meals a week. No, just like two meals a week. He cooks, there's 2 meals he cooks.
A month.
Shepherd's pie and spag bowl.
What, every week?
No.
Oh, like, no, that's the only 2 meals he will cook.
For like once a month. So like, you think about it, if you're giving out all the time, and don't get me wrong, Dad's a legend. Dad's a build, like, he's a busy person.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're making all the kids' lunch boxes, you're making your partner's lunch box, and then cooking all the meals in the evening and stuff like that, right?
And getting the shopping in, probably.
And you're getting the shopping in, and you're doing the cleaning, and you've probably got some type of a job. Like my mum used to cut hair in the evenings, like, every single night, whilst me and Brian were like playing WWF wrestling in the room. Yeah, and it's like all of that, and eventually you're gonna like, no wonder you feel like crap.
Yeah, well, for example, prime example of that, my friend that Jack I was talking about works at the parlour.
Yeah.
Obviously with the Eat Out to Help Out thing, everyone was rushing into all loads of places trying to get obviously free meals and that, and they were so busy for like 2 months, and as it just come off the back of it, he got like a couple of days off. His boss said that he could have like 3 days off, and every day he was just ill.
Really?
Because not physically or like you know, he was just so tired, run down.
Yeah.
Just in his bed, he was cold, shivers and all this kind of stuff, because he'd been on the go all the time, eating crap food, bad sleep, you know, not really fluctuating waking up times, you know, on his feet all day, really busy, and then to go and have 3 days where he could just check himself, as if we're saying, he just completely, his body just kind of shut down, really. Yeah. So he just wasn't taking care of himself, and that's what probably a lot of people need to do now.
And that's what this is all about. It's like, if you feel like crap, is it a good idea to go out boozing every single weekend? Yeah. Well, no. Is it a good idea
to go out ill? Why would you do that now?
Yeah, is it a good idea to wind down every single evening with a glass or a bottle of wine? Well, no, because it's basically a knock-on effect, because alcohol doesn't actually make you feel good in the long term. No. The short term, it makes you feel a bit better. But the next day you wake up, you're dehydrated, you feel like crap, excess of calories,
Tired.
you gain body fat, you've had a poor night's sleep, and then you go through that all again, and all again, and all again, and all again, and it's a repetitive cycle of just doing bad things over and over
habits,
again.
yeah, it's trying to break the bad habits, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what people need to understand. It's breaking the bad cycle that they're in. I suppose it's the cumulative effect of things that they're doing negatively towards their mindset and their health as well.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. And I think to myself, if you're someone out there at the moment that does feel like crap, and with the new legislation going in place, I mean, I've just been told now I'm supposed to go out this weekend. It will be the first night out I've had in months. But that's obviously just been knocked to the head.
In this year, probably, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, February I went out.
Where was that then?
I went February to London, and I went to Brighton in like August.
Yeah, but out.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah.
Brighton, did you go out?
Yeah, Brighton.
Right.
But it was like basically sat on a beach.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really do anything.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, then I'm thinking to myself, well, actually, you need to start looking after yourself. So let's give some people some content on what they can do, because rather than just sitting down, we're talking about all this and that. Actually, what one step would you implement today? So you've got, Avatar comes to the door, Jane walks through the door, right? Let's call it Jane.
When she's completely wrecked.
Completely wrecked. She's burnt out, right? What would you say to Jane straight away?
For me, one of the things that I learned over lockdown and which really helped me was getting my sleep in check, because I feel if you could have a 9-hour sleep, yeah, and that's a long time. However, the quality of it potentially might not be the best. It may be the best sleep you've ever had, quality wise, and for the amount that you're sleeping for. But I used to go to bed, about 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30, sometimes like that, and then I'd be waking up for work at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I just feel absolutely terrible, really bad, and it's a knock-on effect throughout the day. You've got to get up, you're already in a bad mood because you're tired, and that once you're in that bad mood for the start of the day, that just puts you in that mindset for the rest of the day. How many comments is it for? Is it 5 negative? 5.
Oh,
one positive comment.
If you get it's 1 negative comment.
Yeah.
Compared to something it's 6 positive comments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you wake up in a bad mood, you've got to have 6 or 7 different things throughout the day to try and flip that. So I feel having a good sleep, waking up in a good mood, and doing something in the morning productive was really helpful, because that's what I would say. Yeah. So
in terms of improving your sleep, there's loads of things you can do. Sleep hygiene is so important.
Sleep hygiene.
So basically, the times of going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time.
Literally.
No, hygiene, washing yourself.
Clean the sheets, yeah.
Wash yourself. So basically, come on to that actually. Come back to where we stayed in Alton Town. Alton, right? We stayed to a B&B. I actually literally sat back to read a book, right? So I was on the bed, right, and I sat back like that.
Spring.
No.
What?
The bed broke. Genuinely, the bed broke. I didn't know what to do, so basically I just left it.
What? So you just slept like?
Well, no, because it's the morning.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
you woke up in the morning.
Yeah, and people thinking obviously being pumping there, yeah. So I just thought to myself, what I do.
You're not going to say anything.
Just didn't say anything, left it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just didn't know what to say. Anyway.
You'll be getting a bill through next week.
Yeah. Couldn't believe it. I think to myself, I wasn't that big, and I bloody back and literally the bed came out.
Sorry, the book, yeah.
Yeah. But
that's what it says now, anyway.
Yeah, just reading the book. But it's sleep hygiene, so it's going to bed the same time every night, right? And waking up the same time every single morning.
Circadian rhythm, that's called, isn't it?
Can, yeah. You don't want to go to bed at say 9 one night, 11 the next night, 1 in the morning. Your body's thinking, what the hell's going on? Another thing with sleep, complete blackout. That's what you want your room to be, completely pitch black.
Yeah.
That's the one. Number 2, you don't want to be watching TV late, or even in your bedroom. You don't even want a TV in your bedroom. That's an absolute no-no.
Well, it's not even that nowadays. It's your phone and your iPad or your laptop that people have got in their rooms. We've all got a phone in our hands 24/7, which has got an app called Netflix or Now TV that you can just watch anything on.
Yeah, which is worse than the TV.
Yeah.
You're further away from the TV.
Exactly,
phone,
that's up to
that.
your face. Yeah, exactly.
So those simple steps can make a big difference. We covered sleep. What would you say the next one be? So sleep's an easy one. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing.
Yeah. Diet.
100%.
Yeah. Food.
You are what you eat, aren't you?
Would you put that first?
I won't put anyone first. I just say you are what you eat.
Yeah.
I'd say
if the avatar, what was her name? Jane.
Jane. Yeah.
She come through. What would you do? Not sleep. That's what would be for me. If I was in that position, I'd be sort of my sleep out.
Sleep out, yeah. I think the thing is, I think of anything, it's just if you could improve. Like they looked at the British cycling team years ago, right? And the British cycling team, they were saying that they were like rubbish. Like all the other countries were whooping them, yeah.
Right.
So the coach came in and goes, rather than looking at improving on one area like just diet, what we're going to do is improve by like 1% on every area.
Okay.
So improve 1% on hygiene, 1% on sleep, 1% on diet, everything. That's a 10% increase. So if you've got Jane in and you've got to get a regular bedtime, that's a slight improvement. And then you've got to stop using a phone past 8 p.m. at night. That's another improvement. So that's 2 massive wins.
Yeah.
For diet, if you just said to her, every meal needs to have veg, huge improvement.
Yeah.
Drink, 2 litres of water every single day.
So instead of just 10% in one area, it's 10% across the board. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cut caffeine out after 2 p.m. That's going to improve your sleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's so many simple steps you can make that don't cost you anything. Not drinking caffeine past 2 p.m.
I learned that over lockdown as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Is it an absolute winner?
It's how people can come in here and drink pre-workout at like 6 o'clock. It's like 300 milligrams of caffeine or something like that.
And then wonder why they feel knackered.
And then wonder why, you're stimulated at like 11 o'clock at night.
Mad, isn't it?
And then wake up in the morning feeling like a toe rag.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the thing, but those simple steps make a big difference. So if you are feeling like crap, then only you can do something about it. So you can either sit there and you can moan about how you feel, and you can moan that the world's against you and the new legislation's being put in place, it's not fair, it's not, blah, blah. Everyone's in the same situation, and there's people in a lot worse situation than me or yourself or other people out there. And for people to sit there and play poor me is the worst thing. We're not in that kind of world.
7.5 billion people in the same situation, that's the thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you think about it, you're a pinprick on the whole map. Yeah.
And there's only you can do something about it. So rather than sitting there and playing the poor me card, instead, implement some small changes, and I guarantee compounded over time will make it better.
Yeah.
But you can't exactly expect to go to sleep at, say, like 10 o'clock for a couple of days and suddenly instantly feel better.
Yeah.
You need to read before you go to bed. You need to switch off social media.
Another thing I've started doing this week as well, yeah. Started reading again, finished that book. He gave me a book about the start of lockdown, wasn't it? It was actually the start, I think it was like the second week of lockdown, and I've just finished it now. It was about, I think it was 7 chapters or something in it.
Yeah.
But it was, I found it so hard to get going because I was trying to put other things in. I think I went a little bit too overloaded at the start, and that's one of the things I was just about to say. For a lot of people, you can't instantly go and do this, sleep in, and then improving your diet and going to the gym and, I don't know, drink, doing too many things at the same time isn't going to cause a good outcome because you're going to get overwhelmed. Overwhelm's massive for people, isn't it?
Huge.
Yeah.
And but you know what overwhelm is as well? It's interesting. Overwhelm's just made up. It is made up, but the thing is, it's made up, but it's like my overwhelm and your overwhelm. That's what we're thinking in our heads. Do you see what I mean? You've got Barack Obama, right? Yeah. What he had to probably do when he's a president, or like Boris Johnson, what's going on at the moment, rightly or wrongly, whatever decision he's making, we don't get into politics in here, right? But Boris Johnson, you think when he wakes up in the morning, what he has to do in a day. Yeah. So if he had our job, he'd be plain sailing. He'd just put his feet up, like just think, oh, this is easy. Yeah. And then someone else, to what we do, someone else is a lot of work. But to that person, they do bare minimum. Yeah. But they get overwhelmed.
If we were to do what they were doing.
To some point. So overwhelm is really just, we've created that in our own heads. And the fact we created it is because we've just given ourselves that little bit too much. Yeah. So like you're saying, at lockdown,
draw it back.
Start with basics.
Start with the basics,
and add small things. Hence why, with all our clients, we always try and get them to create one new habit a month.
A month, yeah.
Because if you got someone that was doing crap sleep, and you said to him, right, 8 p.m, no social media, bed at 10.
They phone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's great. Do it for 30 days. Next month, do 10,000 steps minimum. You're doing 8,000 at the moment, do 10,000 steps minimum. The next month, eat veg at every meal. Month 4, drink 2 litres of water. Month 5, work out four times a week rather than 3 times a week. Month 6, right, do mobility. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? By 12 months, you've done 12 brand new habits.
And which will all be set in stone as well by that time.
And if you had done all 12 of the first month, you wouldn't have stuck to it.
No, well, maybe for the second, for some people it's usually like it's between, I think I read somewhere it's 4 to 6 weeks or something, people will carry on with something, and if they're not seeing results or if they're interested in the spark, that's when they give up between that period.
Yeah.
Most people are motivated for like 3 weeks. We know a couple of people like that.
It's always like it.
Between 4 to 6 weeks is the time where people give up. So if you're out there watching now and you get to that point and you're still going, well, you know that you've got it set in stone, isn't it? Yeah.
My point is, right, if you stop doing it, right, so headspace for me, I do it every morning, right, and my brain goes like off, like just goes, oh, I've got to do this, got to do that, and I bring it back, do it again. But my point is, if I stop doing it now, right, then I'm not going to get any better.
Yeah.
If I keep doing it, I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
So even though I'm doing it now and I'm still all right, it's a work in progress. But the point is, if you've got to a size and you're feeling like shit at the moment of how you are, then surely doing something will be better than nothing at all.
Yeah.
So looking at how many steps you're doing and doing 5,000 steps rather than doing 2,000 steps a day, doing a small workout, whether it's Zumba workout,
whether it's half an hour or an
box
hour, it doesn't matter, yeah.
Whether it's roly-polies, most people doing something.
A 5-minute walk around the block is better than nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to start somewhere, that's the thing.
And if you don't do anything, you're not going to get any better. And actually doing nothing is actually making worse because you're only going backwards. You don't stay the same. You're either going forwards or you're going backwards. It's your choice what you want to do with it.
That's a good way to put it, actually. You never really staying the same, are you? Because every day is a new day and you're either going to get, for example, more tired or less if you sleep better, or, you know, heavier or lighter if you're eating more food or eating less food. Yeah, exactly. I never thought about it like that. You never stay the same.
You're never the same, are you? That's the thing. You're either getting better or you're going backwards.
Yeah.
And no one wants to go backwards. So
no.
That's our one for the day. If you are feeling like rubbish, right, and this is weighing you down with the COVID, everything going on, do one good thing a day and don't watch the news, right? Don't first thing switch TV on and sit there and watch the news, because I've had COVID yesterday, Beck's watching the news, and I had something else on, and it was just driving me crazy.
Yeah.
It was every single
single news chat, I know.
And our Piers Morgan's got a job. It's beyond me. It's beyond me.
Should we at him in the comments?
I literally, it's not, there's no point in having that TV show. The TV show's pointless.
Yeah.
BBC One, fair enough, right? Informative. But
well, it's on ITV.
ITV this morning.
Yeah, that's it.
ITV this morning is just basically get someone on, batter them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let them speak. Literally batter them some more about something that's completely pointless and irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then literally come off afterwards and go, I don't know why no one wants to come on and interview, come and be interviewed. Because no one's going to want to come and be interviewed because they fully well know they're going to get battered.
Yeah.
If you know that you've got a client coming at the door and you're just going to literally give them prowlers, right? They're not going to come to the session, are they? That's just stupid, right? If you do feel like rubbish, implement the tips, implement the sleep recommendations we've given you, the diet recommendations we've given you, and implement adding a new habit every single month. Yes, it will take time, but what is the alternative? The alternative is do too much and get overwhelmed, like we just talked about, and then give up completely. So actually, wouldn't it be better to stack habits month on month on month? So in 3 years' time, you've got 36 brand new habits. And you can look back on 3 years' time and think, wow, this is how far I've come.
Yeah.
Because 36 brand new good habits is amazing.
And if you're out there and you know, the ones that we've already mentioned, for example, like your diet, sleep, the one that we just went over, and you need you need to think of some more, or don't hesitate to give us a message, isn't it? Drop a comment down below, or drop us a direct message if you need some inspiration on something new that you need to take with your life, because that's what we're here for, isn't it?
100%. Reach us on all socials.
Yeah.
Reach out, send us a message. And if you want to talk about any other topics, we'll be more than happy to. So
yeah, always send in topics as well for us to, because we're always thinking of the topics as well. It'd be nice for you guys to drop a comment down below, and we do something, you know, target the audience that's listening. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Over and out.
Over and out.
Over and out from us. See you all soon.